So hi, one of the Good Noise podcasts with Dylan Pacheco. We're gonna ask him some questions today. I'm gonna start. So, what inspired you to start making music?
Um, I've been doing it most of my life since I was like a teenager. Um, I don't think there's anything super specific, just something to kind of do.
Okay.
Playing in bands with friends and stuff. I lived in a really small town, so it was kind of just something to do together with friends.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Solid. So, congrats on your newest release, Youthful Exuberance. I'm pretty sure I said that right. How do you
Yeah,
feel the response to the EP so far?
it's been really cool. It's definitely been different. Not being able to really play live to support a release is very uh, kind of, it makes it feel a little anticlimactic now that it's out. It's like, but it also gave me a lot of opportunities to kind of really focus on just trying to get the word out there digitally, reaching
Mm-hmm.
out to people and stuff. And I enjoy that part of the whole release process too. So it was cool to be able to focus more energy on that. I am looking forward to like playing music for
Definitely.
people in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. He's hoping.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for the CP?
Um, I'm not somebody who writes like some people like kind of write real consistently or like have like goals or like I'm gonna write a song a week or a song a day. Like I have friends that have do things like that, and like I'm always really impressed because I'm more the opposite. Like it's kind of more like I just kind of have like some random idea and I follow it, and it's not really I'm not super disciplined, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I have periods where I write a lot more, and then kind of periods where I don't. Usually, like in a year's time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. So, which song off this EP took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
The longest to write,
Mm-hmm.
mm, probably the longest probably was the track called "Weak Ankle."
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because it's kind of weird. It's like one of those songs that I don't know how the hell I'm gonna play it live. It's more something that I kind of just like kind of it was like kind of a studio sort of project. It was the first song that I went in to record.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it's kind of like I don't know. It feels a little bit more of a studio sort of thing than like I'm used to kind of writing with a band, and this is kind
Yeah.
of the first time I've done it by myself. I think my favorite song on the EP is probably Parvo, the last track.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a song about a dog I had when I was younger, and kind of the relationship between the dog and me and my mom. And I don't know. It's kind of one of the weirder songs, but it's I dig it a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all that
Very cool.
matters. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
so where was your headspace at while you're writing the CP?
Um, definitely kind of a transitional time for me. Kind of starting to uh, try to kind of put music out as a solo artist instead of working with a band. Uh, Transitioning from that, and a lot of kind of I don't know. It definitely felt like I was kind of in a place in my life where I was feeling a little bit more forced to grow up in some ways,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that kind of inspired like just kind of the idea of like youthful exuberance, or like that kind of idea of like staying young, or like kind of talking about youth and getting out of it, and how your life changes and stuff. I think that's kind of like a big kind of overarching theme, I guess, through the EP.
Yeah. All right. Solid. So, is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through this EP?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think for me, it's more if folks listen to it and like either find like something kind of relatable about the lyrics or like,
Mhm.
I think that's cool. I think it's also like I really try to write um, in a way that people can hopefully just enjoy the music more on a surface level and like, you know, I think that's something that I'm trying to do a lot more now. It's like these aren't just like deep, dark, bad songs about bad things or whatever. Like, I'm trying to like, make them poppy and make them accessible for people. And, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger and stuff, I would just write like really bummer fucking songs all the time. And like, sometimes, it's just like, you don't want to bum everybody out all the time,
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this question should be like super, super quick off the top of your head. I want you
Yeah.
to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words.
3 words. Oof. Weird.
Weird.
Weird. Fuck.
Is that one?
Yeah. Yeah, just one. Weird.
Okay.
It's pretty fast. I don't know if that really
It's pretty
matters.
fast. Okay.
Yeah. It's weird. It's fast. It's cathartic, I guess is a good
Cathartic.
word.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Weird,
There are your
fast,
3.
cathartic. Yep.
Solid. So, what band or artist influence do you think you can hear on this album?
Ooh, I think for me, somebody that kind of inspired me to try to make music on my own is like Cassio Tone for the Painfully Alone, or like he's known as Advanced Bass now. I think his name's Owen Ashmorth.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically kind of writes really pretty kind of story songs, but he just uses really old kind of crappy like Casio tones and like kind of old retro keyboards and stuff like that and drum machines. And he's kind of like a one-man band in that sense. And I got to see him at South by, but I grew up listening to his music, but I got to see him live a year or 2 ago. And it was just so cool to see somebody like have such a unique kind of fleshed out sound with such like great writing and like great songs and kind of being able to do it all by himself. And I really kind of took that as an inspiration, I think, to doing that. Even if it's more of a studio project, I would love to kind of figure out a way to do it all live by myself, or, kind of in a more stripped down way,
Yeah. I like that.
So you literally just put this EP out, but what's on the horizon for this project? What do you got in the works? Anything you can tell us?
I have a single that I'm going to release probably in a few months. That might turn into like a couple songs. Haven't really decided yet. I'm definitely going to kind of take a break from, promoting myself, because it's kind of hard to do right now. And I've been doing it for a while with this release, and it's kind of exhausting in some ways,
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a little break. I don't like to do social media, and being a musical person, like, I have to do it. And man, that stresses me out a lot. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm unemployed due to COVID. So I'm going to find a job, which would be sick. And hopefully, and then probably just start releasing music more like singles. Like I like the idea of just kind of focusing on one song and just kind of putting it out and just see what happens. There's like less expectation in some ways. And
yeah. All right. That's fair. That's fair. So where do you see the project in the next 5 years?
ooh, I think that's one thing that's been really cool about doing it by myself and kind of being a solo artist is it seems like it's going to be easier for me to kind of encompass it in my life, and be able to kind of put out songs that I'm proud of, and still be able to kind of do other things, I guess, like kind of have a job and I feel like I'm coming from a period where I really, really intensely like played with a band and like tried to really, go out there and get my music out there. And I think right now I feel like it's more of a work-life balance kind of thing, like just finding that kind of balance. Because I feel like I really burnt myself out doing that and in the past. So it'll probably be periods of, intense, like putting music out, promote, and maybe tour and stuff when things get better. And then kind of like long periods of like trying to make money and, all that sort of stuff too.
Okay. So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Wait, if I was on death row,
Yes.
what would my
Last meal be with a drink?
With a drink? Oh shit. I'm so bad with like last sort of things, or like what's your favorite sort of things. Ooh, I really like Mexican food. I would probably be like a plate of like green chili enchiladas and like a Dos Equis or something like that.
Period.
Or like tequila. If I'm gonna die, I might as well be drinking tequila.
Why not?
Yeah.
So that sounds great. All
Yeah.
right. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Easily Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the realistic option would be taking a trip to New Zealand, which would be sick too.
Yeah. But then you don't get like all the hobbits and elves, and you don't get all the cool stuff. It's just New Zealand.
But they have like hobbit holes there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that would be really cool to see.
That'd be pretty cool.
But I would definitely prefer Middle Earth, I think.
Yeah.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we've spoken to have said the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Ooh. I'm really feeling like it's kind of like maybe a cop-out boy color, but I'm really just feeling blue. I don't know,
blue's good.
I feel like that's something that I really am vibing with more and more. I always thought my favorite color was red, but I don't think it is. I think I'm a blue boy.
Blue boy. All right. Solid. Blue's good.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Ooh, just listen to Youthful Exuberance. I'm making t-shirts and tapes, and they're going to be out on Friday for Bandcamp Friday. And all the proceeds are going to go to Austin Justice Coalition, which will be really cool. So it's all getting donated to charity. So if anybody wants to buy that stuff, that's my ride. So.
Oh. Oh my God.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting out with us. This has been Dylan Pacheco, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.